At some point in everybody's life, one or two things have happened that has, left us traumatized, right? And in most cases, we don't get help with these things, or we don't even know that we have been traumatized. We just keep going through life, and unknown to us, we start bleeding on the one who has not even, hurt us. Hi, my name is Abosede. This is Abosede Talks. If you're seeing me for the first time, I say welcome. Thank you for clicking on this video. Here I talk about love, faith, mental wellness, and motherhood. And if you're my returning subscriber, thank you for always coming back. So this is day 3 of my 7 days journey to 30. Yes, I'll be 30 in a couple of days. And today I will be sharing with you guys what I called healing and loving myself. So basically, I'll be telling you guys my healing process from things that have traumatized me in life and how I started loving myself. So, one way or the other, especially people in my age range, we have had experiences, different things have happened in this our generation that has traumatized us, has put us in a position, in a box somehow. And in most cases, we don't get help because these things are not something that a typical African parent will, validate and, try to seek help for us or on our behalf. So we just go through life hoping that someday we outgrow this those traumas and and see life differently. And what we don't know is that these things don't happen by magic. It takes effort, to actually get over certain things, and there are things that you might never get over. It's just the bitter truth. So for me, I had several things growing up, even little things that put me in a box for so long. And looking back, I realized that with because of all those things, i I built some very strong negative strength, lying to myself that I am okay, lying to myself that I don't need help, lying to myself that, oh, it doesn't matter, lying to myself that I can do it alone, And with time, I started building negative strength. The same, it appeared like, oh, it's my solution, I started working, trying to move on from things that I can't even move on, move away from in the real sense. So, like I said, I built walls due to this trauma, trying to protect myself. These walls have actually indeed protected me in so many cases, but it has also protected me from things that I should benefit from and that I should enjoy physically. So, how did I actually find out that the strength I have built for years in my 20s were actually walls in disguise? So it was in year 2022 when I've been living my life, had been fine, and this particular year I came back to the love of my life. I don't know how to say. If you've been following my channel, you will know what I mean. I came back to the love of my life, and when we started dating in 2023, I realized that I actually have toxic traits in me. Now, let me give this illustration. Like for so long, you have a wound on your face. The wound has been there, right? And some persons have known you with this wound. Then one day you just decided that, you know what, I want to change the narrative. Then you decided to wear very beautiful makeup to cover up the wound. You go out. The people meeting you for the first time, they will say something like, "Oh my God, you look so beautiful. Your makeup is so nice." And they move on, That's all they can see. But for people who gets to stay longer with you for one reason or the other, they start seeing through the makeup. Like, oh, it's like there's something behind this makeup. And before you know it, the moment they discover that there's a wound behind the makeup, That is it. That is it. They move away. If it's a wound they cannot, they cannot stand, they move away from you, or they just already know you for who you are. Like, oh, okay, she's the lady with the wound. If you understand what I mean, that is true. That is what trauma does. There's a way we get traumatized, and then we keep covering it. We keep covering it up. Like, I'm fine. It's not a big deal. Meanwhile, it's right there, hiding under the beauty, hiding under the new lifestyle we try to create every single time. And something in life then happens, and that real you, that hidden trauma just resurface, and it starts controlling your emotions, controlling your actions. So, and I don't think it is actually right or at our interest waiting till this time before we decide to work on something that we know that is difficult for us to move on to, and how, professional help. So this was what I did in 2023. When I started dating, I realized that I have some very interesting behavior, character, some very interesting traits. Let me take you guys back a bit. So for some reasons, the family where I came out from, there were things in life that I wanted that I am not fortunate enough to experience in my family. So I spend less time at home for this reason, because I am someone who believes that if I can conceive it, then I can actually achieve it. So the kind of lifestyle, or yes, that I have in my head, I just always believe that is out there somewhere. I just have to work, or I just have to find it. Basically, the kind of love I wanted, the kind of affection, care that I really wanted, I just know that it's out there, because being in the midst of my friends at school, I can see when some persons talk about how they are loved at home, about things in the house. I just know that yes, this is it. This is it. This is the kind of attention I want from my family, the kind of care, the kind of love I want radiating in my home. And I think for so long, I was hoping that someday the narrative in my home will change, but it never did. And for that reason, I knew that for me to change the belief that this is possible, I should spend less time where it is not possible. Or how do I say that? Right. So I spend less time at home. I spend more time with friends or alone. More time alone actually, because I enjoy my own company a lot. That's where I could, I always try to imagine life, create my own imagination of the kind of life I want. I just enjoy that bliss. Now, being with friends, I realized something. I realized that most of my friends already like not like figure out life, but they know what they want to do after something. They already have like a pictorial idea. Why? Because they probably have someone at home who has gone through a stage, who they could, who who is more experienced, who had told them one or two things. I also do not really have that. So they seem to have figured things out. They seem to know what they want. And I'm just there unsure of so many things in life. I don't know how my life wants to go, what I want to do next. I have no idea. So somehow it was putting me in a position where I'm like, okay, do I really fit in here? So this particular year, I decided to just stay away from family and friends, not because they are bad, but because I just feel like I need to find my own voice. I need to be able to say something and be confident about it that, okay, this is what I want to do, even if it's not really looking possible yet. So I stayed away for this time. And before this time and during that time, I was building whatever it is that I was building. I was building, but majority of what I was building at the time were negative strengths, were walls that I thought was protecting me, right? And in 2022, when I finally met this man of my dreams, and then in 2023, that I started dating. I realized a lot of traits in me. You know, my husband is not perfect, but at the time I had a lot to work on, and I could see it, but I couldn't help myself. I didn't know how to go about it. And then that was when I had to seek a professional help. Now, I went to therapy, hoping that, oh, this person will say, oh, it's because of your childhood, it's because of how your family were, this and that. But you know what I discovered? None of those stories. It was the fact that I do not love myself. And I could not believe it. Like, because, I mean, she started pointing out things from the things I was saying and from the questions she was asking me, from my answers, that what I'm actually struggling with it was loving myself. Like the fact that I couldn't really entertain friendship because at that time of my life, I don't entertain friendship. Like I would I say run from it, or I just walk away from it. Like it's not by force. Do you get? And if you ask me, there are always little petty things, petty reasons why I just feel like, nah, I prefer to be alone rather than be with friends. And God knows it. I have always been surrounded with fantastic friends, like very unique personalities, Christian minded people, and but just somehow I just feel like, nah. And the main reason has been because I don't want their voice to, be louder than my voice, because at the time, like I said, I was struggling with the fact that I have not found my voice. I don't know what I want in life. These people seem like they have people's, helping them figure life out. So I don't want someone who will mandate their own life or life experience, life matters, anything on me. I really wanted to find me for me. So I think that has been my reason why I really do not entertain friendship so much. So, um, this therapy that I had was like an eye opener, because it really showed me that you can give what you don't have. And what I was looking for was love, right? Care, attention, someone who sees through me and all. I do not even have love. So I couldn't even give it. And that was the struggle I had in my relationship at the time. My husband was feels like this is what should be done. If you love somebody, you call them, and me, I'm so like I'm not so interested in calling. I'll just, even if we talk today, we can talk in the next 2 days. It wasn't that bad, but like something like that. I wasn't showing so much affection. And it was a long distance. For a long distance, it's like you walk double, right? And at the time, it was stressing me out. I love this person, but these things were stressing me out to prove to him that I actually really loved him. So it was therapy. That was where I started. I did therapy, and I had to like start to practically do things even when it wasn't convenient, to change the narrative. you know some things will happen. Instead of me dwelling on them, I'm talking about them. And it was when I started talking about them that I actually realized how I was communicating, that okay, there's an issue with my tone, there's an issue with how I sound, there's an issue with how I communicate. So I had to start with that again and start working on it. Okay, so when you're talking, you don't raise your voice when you're saying things like this. It was it was a period of my life where I had to be very intentional about all of these things. So that was how my first healing started, and I would say it was helpful. It was very, very helpful. And somehow God had helped me to get closure with some particular situations that have happened in the past. I'm still able to, reach out to these people, ask, oh, something happened, and this was what happened, blah, blah, blah. And these people were able to clarify me that, oh, this is, and somehow I got my healing, I moved on from it. And before I knew it, these things were, reducing. Things that seemed like trauma was reducing. And somehow I was able to express love the way I should express it, and also accept love. For someone who had built a very strong strength for so long. You feel like you don't need anybody to validate you. You feel like you don't need anybody to, show affection to you, that you and God, you're enough. Oh my God. Because I remember when I just started this my relationship, I don't put all my eggs in one basket, in the sense that I don't wait for my husband for anything. Even when he tells me, "Oh, I'm with you on this," I mean, I hear him, but somehow, not like I don't believe him, but I just feel like, "Oh, your man's away. What do you mean you're here with me? Now me go still face him. Let me just sort things." So I get to sort things, then discuss with him later. And it's always like, are we actually in a relationship? Like, when you make decisions, let me know. Or let me know what you're thinking. I do things, then inform him later. Why? It was just coming from a place of, at the end of the day, Nami get my problem and Nami go solve them. So those are like the kind of mindset, the kind of strength walls that are built for so long. But I mean, looking back now, I am thankful for the process, for the journey. And yes, so that was like the first process. And then I scale through the relationship part. For friendship, see, when you see my friends, even including my husband, I think you should just hug them for me. Especially friends that have been with me for years, they they're invested. Let me just put it that way. It's not because they are like naturally awesome people. I don't think I've actually had friends that are not reasonable. My friends have always been very reasonable, invested and all. And for those particular ones that have been with me for years, I think they deserve a standing or clapping ovation, because since they have seen in my hand, I am not wicked. I just hope you guys understand me. I am not wicked. It was just I couldn't give what I did not have. And at the time, I was not apologetic about it. I was very frank, very bold, very not convincing, very convincing rather. Because I'll look you in the eye, you say, "Oh, Bossa, let's go out," or "Bossa, let's do this," and I'll just look you in the eyes. I'm not interested. Like I always give that vibe of, "Can you let me be?" And I don't that vibe of, "Can you let me be? Can you just stay away? Can you be on your own? Can't you stay alone?" I've always been that very ah that very that very strong to some persons, and to other persons I don't even talk. I don't talk, and for some reasons they thought I was secretive for a while, not knowing that I'm just not sure of what life is bringing my way. They are figuring their life, and one thing I don't like to do is compare that, "Oh, why is this person like this?" I was just after finding my own voice. I want to be able to say something, and I am sure, and nobody's coming to tell me something, and before I know it, I'm already changing my mind and all. So it was something that took me so long. Oh no, it took me longer than my relationship took me, because right now it's interesting how you know it's interesting how I have become vulnerable over the years. Like, I can simply call and say, this thing happened. No, that wasn't me. The me in my 20s, we find a way to sort issues. We find a way to sort myself. We find a way to, you know. But now, when you have someone in your life, I think the most important thing is making them feel like they are needed here. Okay, don't make them feel like they're a figurehead. Okay, calling people and making them feel needed, it's very important in any relationship, and that was something I don't do. You will just be there, I will have sought my issues and be like, you didn't tell me. I don't see reasons to tell you. So for friendship, it took me a lot. I remember entering my friend's office one day, and I just had to tell her some things, because recently, or very recently, I had this session with a counselor, and I think that's the second one I'm doing. These people, they are Christian people, they are Christians. I always go for the Christian vibe, because I don't want you to take me away from the Bible. So this second person poured a lot into me, this counselor, she poured a lot into me that I don't think it will leave me anytime soon. And she opened my eyes with the help of the Holy Spirit to see some things. Oh my God. And I just couldn't. There's some things I don't talk about because they're like they're not just about me, they're with other people. And I don't think they would like that I bring their story up here. So, trying not to be that very personal. So, not to get that personal. So, I remember I entered my friend's room this office this day and I was saying some things to her and we were like apologizing. I did not realize this is what I have been doing to you. Like, and then I keep thinking of the people that I've actually done similar things to. There's some friendship that I ended for a very good reason, and I don't think I regret it. But there are some that were very invested so much that we invested, in our friendship. But I just didn't see the reason. I always like that friendship that pops in and pop out. Don't be on my neck for so long. I think that's what I like. Like, don't be too attached. You know, if people that were like, oh, popping in and popping out, oh my God, we're good. That means we can talk today and not talking some other days. But now, even if you don't come in, I'm going to call you. I'm going to call you, they check. How was your day? How are you? How are you doing? And I love the transition for me at 30. I love that now I have so much love to give, so much kindness, filled with emotional intelligence. And I just tell myself that it's for those who are open to actually like express my new self. If you still have my old self in your mind, I won't blame you, but it is what it is. It is what it is. So, in my 20s, late 20s, I learned to love myself. I learned to have my own voice, stand with my mistake and not give excuse for them. I've learned to appreciate friendship, you know. Like I said, I've learned to love, like go all out to make one feel really loved and seen because people have done it for me in even at the time when hmm, I didn't even understand what it was, and I'm grateful for the people that stayed. And yeah, so to 30, to the healed version of me and to the loving version of me, I say, welcome to the third floor. And thank you guys for staying to the end of this video. And I think this is a reminder that that pain, that thought that keeps coming to your mind, it's it's telling you that you want a way out and you really have to sort it. Stop lying to yourself that you're not angry. Stop lying to yourself that you're not tired. And Holy Spirit is there. I mean, that was where it started from me. From my university days, I always vent to him. So I think you can start there. You don't have to have money to, if to book a therapy test session. Really, they are actually just elderly people around us. We just have to look to find them can actually like um who can actually say one or two, that will touch your heart and direct your step, basically. So this is to 30, to my heart that is loving, to my soul and mind that is healed. This is it. I don't know what else to say. Yeah, I'm just grateful for the journey. The journey wasn't smooth, it wasn't fun, it wasn't interesting, but looking back today, I'll just say it was worth it. Yeah. So kindly subscribe if you're yet to do so, like, and I'll see you in day 4. Bye.